Hey, what's up, Hammer fam? Welcome back to HammeredHead. Today we're looking at the vintage collection Lando Calrissian from Empire Strikes Back. Now, a lot of you probably recognize this guy because he's like the #1 peg warmer on Wal Marts across the United States. But I've heard he's a good figure, and he's obviously a great character, so I picked him up on Big Bad Toy Store for a pretty big discount. But I'm excited to have him because it's a classy look for the guy, and I do think he looks pretty cool in there. Obviously a very iconic card back as well. Great image of him there, and I think the orange is the perfect color for him. So pretty satisfied with how he looks. VC205. Got some other winners on the back. I mentioned I got this guy for a discount. It's because he didn't come in a great condition, but as an opener, that's not a huge deal to me, so let's open him up. There he is, the man himself, Lando Calrissian, in his original outfit. I do really like the figure. He does feel a little bit clunky around like the legs, and just generally parts of his body are a little bit weird. But it's really not bad. I do think he's a good figure. The face mostly looks like him, actually. It's a pretty good likeness. And the hair looks nice. There's a lot of good detail on there. The cape is one of the things that I think is a little bit clunky. With like the collar here, you can really see like the seams on there. From a distance, it looks good, but if you want to look up close, it's a little bit rough. But the shirt he has looks really good. I think it's a great color. He just comes with the one accessory, the like sort of standard Rebel Blaster. But it is painted, which is cool, and it fits perfectly into his hand. No holster or anything, but I don't think he had one in the movie, so that's why. But then, yeah, if you look at the legs, they're kind of blocky, like in the knees. But again, from a distance, it looks totally fine. And then the cape itself, I think, is great. Other than the collar, it's a really nice color. I think that shade of blue really nailed it. And then the yellow design on the inside is really cool too. So overall, I don't really have any complaints about this guy. I think as far as Landos go, it's a pretty good rendition of the guy. In terms of articulation, it's not bad. He's got a ball joint head. Got a pretty solid up and down range there. Ball waist with kind of minimal movement. And there's a really obvious cut there, which is a little bit disappointing. But the shoulders have a pretty decent range. Elbows go pretty much 90, maybe a little past. And then there's a hinge in the wrist, which feels a little bit flimsy, but it's there if you want to be careful. Then hips, ball joint, he's got a cut in the thigh. And then the knees go a little bit less than 90, which is kind of disappointing by modern standards, but again, this is kind of an older figure. And then I'm just noticing he's got these cool boots on. But yeah, his feet are pretty tough to move too. So it's not the best articulation, gets the job done, but a modern figure hopefully would be a little bit better. So that's Vintage Collection Lando from Empire Strikes Back. I do really like the figure. I think he's pretty good. Definitely not up to modern standards, but I don't really have any complaints about him that would like turn me off to the guy in general. I wouldn't pay full price for him. I know there's like this weird convoluted logistical explanation for why Walmart hasn't discounted this guy yet. But if you can find him online for a discounted price, like I did at Big Bad Toy Store, definitely worth picking up. There's no shortage of these guys anywhere. So if you need a Lando, don't hesitate. I mean, this guy is pretty cool. Looks really good, and I'm excited to have him in the dioramas I got. But let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you to my Patreon subscribers. Be sure to follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out the Patreon page, and don't forget, stay hammered.